Hi guys, I'm back. And as you can see, we've got the painting of Last, and it really did not dry pretty at all. I mean, the colors are pretty, yes, and there's some neat little effects in there, like right around through here. It looks like little rivers or estuaries, little tidal creeks coming into the ocean, and that's kind of neat, kind of lightning bolt like. But all of the white in here is mostly it sank, and it's just all broken up and scratchy looking, like way worse than it was when it was first painted. So I really don't like this. So yeah, it's going in the trash. Unless somebody wants to buy it for some reason, it's going in the trash. I don't care for it at all. I wouldn't, I don't like it. So let me show you up close a little bit, maybe. You can kind of see the texture as well. It's not completely dry, but it's mostly dry. It's got this yucky texture to it, which of course, if you cover your canvases in resin, you'll never see that. But I don't typically cover most of my canvases in resin. So yeah, I'm really not happy with that. You can see all the broken up white, and like most of the white disappeared. So what we've got is the same exact colors from the same company, except we're going to use the tube paints instead of the ready mixed pouring paint. The only difference here is that the ready mixed pouring paint, I want to say most likely has some sort of pouring medium. Whereas with my tube paints, you guys know I use floetrol. I rarely use pouring medium. Every once in a while it's good for something, but I don't care for it for making cells. So we've got the Artist Loft Turquoise to match the Artist Loft Turquoise ready mixed pouring paint, obviously. Then we've got the Artist Loft Aqua Green, same aqua green ready mixed pouring paint. And then the Old Gold, same Old Gold Artist Loft ready mixed pouring paint. You guys can see that. So let's get these out of the way. And then the purple, I'm still using the exact same purple, which is the Anita's Craft Paint in Eggplant. And then, of course, my white is the exact same white. It's even in the same cup. It is the Artist Loft Flow Acrylic White. And it's, again, mixed with just a little bit of floetrol and chilled distilled water. Those of you who've been watching me for a long time know I used the chilled distilled water. In the wintertime, it doesn't really matter. You can just leave the gallon of water under your table if your kitchen stays nice and cool. But in the summertime, my house gets really super hot because we don't have central air, and it gets super hot here in Georgia, like super humid hot, miserable. And the paints don't like it at all. So I discovered a couple summers ago, putting the paint in the refrigerator does not work. But if you put your water in the refrigerator, your distilled water, put it in the refrigerator and use that as your water mix in, for some reason it was a miracle worker for me. So you guys try that. I am going to go ahead and pour my white paint all over my canvas. Sorry, dumped my hairdryer on the floor. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my canvas covered in white paint, and we're just going to start layering on the colors. I want more turquoise than I had the last time, so we're really going to put just a teeny tiny bit of the purple in there and more of the other colors. And we didn't have hardly any gold in there, so I'm hoping for more gold this time. So there we go. Let's put a little bit of purple in there. Put a little bit over here. This is no particular pattern. I just pouring it where I think it might do some good. Come on. Did not want to drop right there. Go, 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 go. There we go. Let's put a tiny little drop in the purple. Alright, and then a little bit more gold. There we go. Perfect. A little drop down there. A little drop down there. And then let's put a little more of this pretty aqua green in there. Come on, one more little drop. There we go. Okay. So, now we pour our white around. Let me make sure you guys are in focus before we start doing this. Looks like it. Okay, so we're going to pour our white around so we have something to pour to go around our, to blow over top of our color. Sorry. I'm going to move these colors out of the way so they don't get paint splatter in them or knocked over by the hair dryer, because I have knocked over paint before, which is my hair dryer. We don't want to do that. Okay, so I got my hair dryer, so if you guys want to mute your thing for just a second, got my trusty little made up diffuser. Now we're going to turn it up high. Alright, that's it for the hair dryer. Well, I really need a hair dryer that doesn't blow quite so hard, but even on the smaller setting, maybe I need to make like a different size diffuser so that there's less fanning. But still, it's okay. Let's find my torch. Hiding behind the paint. I need more propane in there. And for those of you who have asked recently, this is a Burns-O-Matic torch. I just got it at, the home improvement store, and then just putting some butane in it. The little button down there on the underside. You just press your stuff in there, your butane. And I do it till it sounds like there's like wet bubbles coming out the bottom. That usually means it's full. So really just 2 or 3 good, wow, I'm dumping over everything. There we go. That's a better. Really knocking out a lot of air bubbles, really. I mean, I don't expect a bunch of cells to come up because we didn't put any silicone in there. Okay, now it's time to blow with the straw. And hopefully I'll remember not to put the end with the paint in it in my mouth. Because it's just too much over here. So I need to blow that kind of back inwards a little bit. I just like them to be more ruffly, not quite so smooth and delicate. Let's put some white paint on there. Where we can kind of blow it back over a little bit. can already see that the colors are they're just prettier. They we'll blow out that down there a little bit in just a second. Let's, don't want that little white, that little turquoisey line right there. There we go. See, so you can manipulate your painting quite a bit, actually. Need some more paint in this corner. And make it look like you like. It's not going to look like everybody likes, but I like it better than as fanned out as it was. This is turning out to be a very delicate looking painting. I'm kind of blowing a little harder than I normally would because I'm trying to reveal some of the color under there. There we go. Here's some of the color. Just kind of gives it a sort of a base. This to me looks like a kind of like an iris. You know, this is the Beck fanning petals, and then it's got that little piece that kind of comes down in the center there. There we go. That's better. All right, let's just put a little bit of white on these corners because the corners are never happy. Okay, so obviously it looks way different than the other one did. Partly because we didn't use nearly as much purple, of course, but partly because of the paints. Now I'll show you this when it dries. And I think that's all we're going to blow on it. Normally I would blow on it a little bit more, but I'm trying to step back. I like it when the white, there we go. That's what I wanted there. That's why I was blowing out that white. Just give it a little more interest. I don't want them all over the place. It just gives it a little more interest when you can get some sort of texture going on through your paint. Look at that. Cool. They're little, but they're still cool. I'm not going to do it over this because all this white mixed in is probably going to do the same thing here, and I want it to stay like it is. Now you see a few little here and there. I'm going to run this over really fast just to pop some of the bubbles. There we go. Okay. So let's get you down. Okay, so you can kind of see, of course, here where we blew it out and then we kind of blew it back in with the straw. Gives it sort of a nice little outline, but then there are just the little teeny tiny cells that were created from the air bubbles and also the weight of the paint. Because of course the white is heavier. It's just a pretty texture. I can see some air bubbles in there. Probably go over it and just kind of blow over it instead of taking the torch over it. There's the edges. All kind of mixed like watercolor, like I like. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but we still don't have much of that gold come up, but we have a little bit, so I'm definitely way happier with this one than I am with the other one. Okay, guys, there's your pretty for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I'll show you when it dries. And yeah, I really don't know what to say about the pouring. paint. I will do just a regular pour with the pouring paint just to show you guys what it does in case, you know. But as I was using it, it dawned on me, partly what I like about mixing my own paint is mixing my own paint. The process you go through, you know, to find all the ingredients and sit and listen to, like right now, I'm listening to the wind blow really hard outside. It's been windy all day. And this wind chime that my mom gave me years ago is still hanging on our front porch. And every time the wind blows, I'm sure you guys can hear it in the background. It's just a beautiful wind chime, and it's just so peaceful and calming. So I like to sit here and just mix my paint. And sometimes it takes me an hour to mix paint, depending on what I'm doing. So, yes, the pouring mixes are nice to have around if you don't want to have to sit and mix your own paint. But I like the zen of mixing my paint. You know, you feel it. It's like you're creating something, even though you're just mixing paint. So, yeah, we'll do a pour with the pour paints, and we'll show you what they do. But I am definitely much happier with this painting than I was with the last one. So we'll see how it dries. It should dry pretty well. They usually do. I don't think I've ever had a Dutch pour that has dried not very happy. So wherever you are on the planet, I hope you're having a beautiful day. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel, who watches my videos. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, we do all sorts of things around here. I just turned a bowl, so I may do like a turning wood on the lathe video, maybe. Just as an interesting thing to watch, not as an instructional video. So, but yeah, we do all sorts of cool stuff around here, different stuff. And I'm welcome to any suggestions of anything you guys want to try, but necessarily don't want to have to go out and buy the ingredients or whatever. I'm definitely open. And, you know, if you guys would watch the ads for me, not a lot of people know that us YouTubers, we get just a little teeny tiny bit of ad revenue. So if you watch the ads like all the way through or click on the ads, we get little teeny tiny bit of ad revenue, which really helps out my channel. It's the only way I'm able to continue buying paint at this point. So yeah, if you'd like to donate to my channel, my PayPal link is below. And yeah, just have an awesome day. All right, see you later. Bye.